What's up people, it's me, Perry, back in another video, and once again, I'm really sorry about not uploading, but I work a lot, and like I work every day, so uploads might happen like every day, they might happen every other day, you know, just happens when you have a job. I would love to do this from a full-time job, but I can't. Basically what we're doing today is, I've been really missing riding my bike. Basically what's been happening is I've had a finger injury for a good like 5 months. And it still hasn't gone away, and I'm gonna have to get it checked soon because I think my finger is like just not in the right place, like as in like it just doesn't bend properly or whatever. But yeah, I'm really missing it. And yesterday I was watching some of my old videos, and I was like, I miss when everyone used to just ride all the time. We just didn't give a shit. But yeah, I had this video that I uploaded on one of my old channels, and yeah, it has like all my best tricks from like I'd say like late 2013 to like halfway through 2016. I did put up an edit in like a recent edits, but they aren't my best riding. Like I've declined since then because I don't ride as much as I used to. But I just thought maybe we check out this edit, see what the crack is with it, and you know, I have little stories for every trick, and it's kind of cool to look back at and see what's going on. So let's check it out. I might have to mute the video. That's my old car, that's my Audi A3 that I paid £1,000 for. It blew up on me within a year. Then me when I split my head open, it was lit. Barcelona. I remember that, I'll let you watch the line first and I'll tell you the story. So it was a wall ride 180, feeble bar, and then there was a feeble hard 180 at the end, if I remember correctly. I remember that being so hard because in Barcelona, like, your hands just start fucking sweating buckets. So like every time I tried to do a feeble bar, I literally went to my chest like 4 or 5 times just trying to catch a bar and just flipping over the bars because I had such sweaty hands. So apparently baby powder helps with that, but I'd never used it. But every time I go to Barcelona, I just don't bar. Yeah. So one of my mates bars with Mac actually, and I don't understand how he did it. He supposed to have gloves on, I think, maybe. That might be it. But this is just some scrap clip that I put in because this video was just made randomly. I think I was bored one day. I remember I was super proud of that just because Smith 180s aren't my strong point. So this is one of my favourite lines ever in this is my local park, Monkstown, and I remember I did this like I think this is like late 2014 as well, when I was like literally tail whipping everything. Like I was tail whipping off everything, doing whatever, and then I just stopped because I don't know, like I hurt myself doing like a whip off some bench in when I was riding street one day, and like my foot was just never the same. So yeah, I've got a lot of injuries. I still do them. I do them over hips sometimes. That's about it though. But like that's my favourite tail whip. One of my favourite tails I've ever done. Line in Barcelona, I really like this because there's like a rail line and everybody rides the walls, and I was like, oh, I ride the rail. Probably have to mute this song for copyright. This is one of my best lines. This is when I was a youngin'. This is when I was a youngin'. We ride every day, no matter what. If it was snowing, raining, thunder, lightning, we'd go somewhere and ride a bike. This is like middle of summer, and like we made this edit called Stacking and Jacking within like 2 weeks, and it got on the come up and everything. And it was like our crew's like big video that we'd like been working on. Even though we only worked on it for 2 weeks, but like we stacked loads of clips for that, and like this is one of my favorite clips. So like because I'm a real slow rider, I never ride fast because I'm a little bitch. But I know, I think this is kind of quick enough for me anyway. So like a 180 bar, that said, I remember that was like super hard because there's like these people coming out of the college because it's a university, it's UCD, and they're coming out like laughing because we were riding bikes. So I suppose I don't know why it was funny, but like they came out laughing at us or whatever, and then had to wait for them to go, and then security came, and then they left, and then I went back and I just had to hook it out. So it was a 180 bar, I did like a flat 3, and then I think I did a feeble hard 180. Yeah, people are out, like there's so many people out that day. Like there was like at least like 10 people. It's like it's difficult to get like at least one person out these days, you know what I mean? This is the best ledge in Barcelona. I'll hold it to anyone. It's full metal, it's a full metal ledge, and you literally don't have to do anything. Once you double peg it, you're just locked onto it and you slide forever. And I did a double peg easy 180, and I was like, I could probably hard 180. I don't like doing hard 180s like when you slide a long time and then you have to pull out because it's really hard to get the swing of it. So yeah, when I landed that I was pretty hyped. That's some feeble hards and outledge was one of my favourite clips as well from Barcelona. It's just some random clip from one of our websites back in the day from our old channel. It's pretty cool. That was my first nollie feeble hard. I was enjoyed. And this is the best line I think I've ever done. It took me like 2 hours I think to do it, like real long. It went from bright and then the lights came on and lights were in my eyes when I'm doing hop whips. I never do hop whips and lines, but I was pretty hyped on this one. It took me ages. I think I did about at least 30 hop whips and I just kept fucking up the crank flip in the middle and then bitching the 180 bar at the end. Like, you'll see what I mean. But like the crank flip's horrible. Like I took the clip because it took me so long, but yeah, I think it's one of the best ones I've done probably. So hop whip in, puddle there so I couldn't go that way, so crank flip and dirt. And I was like, hop on this and I would just swing a 180 bar off. That took me so long, like. And then down whip, my first ever down whip, I was pretty hyped on that one. And as I said, whipping off everything you could find. Another Barcelona clip, I was pretty hyped on this switch pegs 180. And then what I don't like about free coasters is when you do, like, I do a 180 pegs Indian here, but like when you have like a cassette, or whatever, you have a cassette, yeah, you have like the little bit of pressure to like keep you going forward, but like on a free coaster you just fly over and like smack your knee off the stem because you're like, whatever way you're pulling, so like whatever way you have to do is like you have to pull out and I'll pull away from the ledge more, but the way I do it's like a straight up and over kind of thing and just doesn't really work with free coasters anyway. I was super hyped on that when I went over because I didn't think I was able to do it and then I went over and did it. One of my cleanest truck fakies. I liked it. Just some random clip that we were going to start filming for an edit one time, so we went back to UCD. I did this line and it ended up going nowhere, so I just had it on my Instagram and I had the widescreen clip, so I put it in this video. Little backlash is when I just got a free coaster. As you can tell, like, it's not polished. And this took so long. Like, I remember getting so angry at that because I was doing really well at them pegs easies back then. It was like just when I started doing them, and like I was getting really good at them, and then we took like a week off riding, and then we went down to Burr Skate Park, and I was like, oh, I got this really easy first go, and I kept doing crank flip, and then I was like, pegs, I was trying to like easy, and I kept just like cracking my wheel sideways and just like falling off them onto my back, and it was like the worst thing ever. And I was gonna quit, and then I gave it like 3 more goes, and I got it. Pegs hard, that's one of my nicest ones I think. Pegs over, that took me so long. That's like one of my only pegs overs on a proper rail. I had to hop over, and like I was going down into this like sketchy laneway when you do it, and there's like no run up at all. And I remember I was there for so long, I get on the rail and I just jump off. Or like I remember one time I started committing and I was hopping over and I was like tooth chinking at every go. Like I was hopping over and over toothing it, and then it was sketchy as fuck. And then there was another time where I hopped over and like I bonked my front wheel on it, and like I almost went into double tire and like I almost died. But yeah, I ended up getting that. That took me a while as well. One of my longer tricks. First double bar. I remember where we went to Belfast, and I don't know what was going on. We were in a good mood anyway. I think this is the day we got for, no, this isn't the day we got for free. Whatever day this is, we went up to Belfast, and I don't know what it was, but me and my mate Mark Toomey, we're trying to do bar catch bar, and like I've been trying bar catch bar for so long because I've been doing bar spins for like literally the whole time I've been riding bikes. So I was like, oh, bar, it's an easy fly, it should work. And I was just like, it wasn't working for me. And then I remember I always do this thing where like I sit my bike up and I'll just like smack a double bar, like a you know, Gareth Reynolds double bar where he hits it twice with one hand. And I was like, what would happen if I just tried to come out of the corner and just hit it twice and just let the bike fly away from me? Even if I fall, like it can't be that bad. So cause if I just keep my head over the bars. So I remember I came up and then I hit it twice, and like it came around and like I just slipped my foot, and I was like, oh shit, no way, this is like possible. If you just act like it's a normal bar and just hit it twice, it works. And eventually worked. Like a bit sketchy, but I've done a few double bars since then. I remember I was like so confident. At one point I wanted to do it out of like a fucking 3-foot bank, but that never happened. So just another clip from one of our websites. Put in some newer clips. My style changed a lot over the years, and that was my first like 270 bar over a hip. This is a cool line. At the time, nobody was doing crank flips. When I was in this clip, not a lot of people. I don't think I saw many people do crank flips. and then obviously I didn't start the trend, but like I noticed like a year or two later then like crank flips were like the trick and people were doing them instead of bar spins and stuff, which is really cool to think about that I did one online so long ago, like 2013 I think this video was made, but that's just so long ago, you know what I mean. This is when I just learned feeble hards and stuff as well, so I'm just doing them everywhere. Like that's the only trick I do everywhere as well. The feeble hards is the best trick ever. Nice little crank arm line. I used to be super good at crank arms. In one of my solo edits, I did a crank arm on like a over stem high rail, and I was like super proud of it. And then when I got a new frame. So I had this fly frame, which is like a real small frame, and then I got a fiend frame, a fiend embryo. And like the frame was just so long, and like I was doing crank arms at the time, but I was trying this crank arm on this rail, the one at the high one, and I kept flipping, and like I dented like the brand new frame I got, and I was super annoyed, and it just like really put me off doing crank arms, because I was like, I'm just wrecking frames, I'm gonna bend in the tubes and stuff, and I was like, I'll leave them. I can still kind of do them once in a while, but that's what I hurt my finger on recently, so I don't think I'll be going back to them anytime soon. Sketchy 180 crook. This is just some random clip that we never used. 540 at Sans in Barcelona, first time we went. I was super hyped on that. I think this looks really cool. That's one trick I miss about cassettes is 180 Smiths, and then you hop over, use the pressure from your cranks, kind of bitch it, and just do a 180. Because like I used to think that was super fun, and it was like a cool trick that I could do all the time. But I haven't done one since I got a free coaster. That's a cool little line. So it's like a feeble hard, and then bar spin and set. I never barred a set when I did this. This was like early 2014. 3D set. My biggest 360 to date is the 360 down Macba. Yeah, that's like one of my proudest clips, because I went over the first time. That was the first time I went to Barcelona, and we went there, and we were there. Sorry, my video stopped recording. So we went to Barcelona for like, I think it was literally 5 days or something, and I saw Macba like every time I watched a Barcelona video. I'm like, I can definitely 3 that. I can definitely do it. Like I'm going over to 3 this set. And I remember one day we went to look at it. Actually no, when I got over there my wheel broke, so like I had to add some shitty fucking like nut from like some like bike that wasn't a BMX, so it was like it just fit on, and I had like no front peg, and it was like a real like janky setup. But yeah, went over there, and it was the first time went to look at it, and I was like, it's 3able, but I was like, oh shit, like what am I gonna do? Like I'm gonna have to do this on my own. So we go back in a few days, and we're there, and there's like a skateboarder there, and he's like American or whatever. I go do a bitch run up like 5 or 6 times. I just hook it. I fall, and that like really ruins my confidence, because I'm a confidence rider. I was all mental with me. So I fell, and I was like, oh, I just don't want to 3 again and hurt myself, because like I don't know, I don't like hurting myself. So there's some guy on a skateboard, and he was hooking the thing every go. Wasn't even looking at it. He was just jumping at it and killing himself. I was sitting up there, and he comes up to me, he just gives me a little pep talk. He's like, yo man. And I was like, yeah, what's up? And he's like, he's Canadian or American or something. He's like, yo, you're here with Mac, but one time, man, one time, just fucking do it. And he gave me like a full-on pep talk, and he just shook me. He's like, just do it, you have it. And he's like telling me I got it, and I was like, yeah, fuck it, I do have it, I can do it, I can 360, I can do it. So I turned around, went back, and just 3'd it and landed it straight away, and I was super hyped on that guy. I went up and gave him a hug. I was like, yo, and it was super difficult, because the guys who I were with, they weren't riding it like while I was riding it, because it was my personal thing that I wanted to go there and do it. But once I 3'd it, the lads got super hyped, and one of my mates 180'd it, and one of my mates bar spinned it. And yeah, we all got a clip on Macba, and that was like a super good day. And then we went out and got absolutely sloshed, and then it lashed. And yeah, it was a good time. So I went to Barcelona 3 times. That was the first time, and that's my biggest 3 I think today. I've done similar ones, but not that are that high and like that long, and landing in something that gives you speed as well, because it's a downhill landing and it gives you a lot of speed. So yeah, that's just my video of like some of my favorite clips anyway. I have other clips that I like, but that are like recent, but I think 2013 to like around 2016 is when I was best riding, because I don't get to ride that much anymore, because I work and all that jazz, and all the lads I used to ride with don't really ride anymore, so it gets difficult to ride sometimes. But I'm sure we'll get something going in the summer or whenever. We usually kind of get together and do some mad stuff. But yeah, thanks very much. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like this, I have like tons and tons of videos of just webisodes and shit that I can react to that I used to make. I still can't make them. I would actually still love to make them, but yeah, I have old ones that we can react to and stuff like that. But if you want to see more like this, subscribe. You want to like the video, you want to comment on the video. My Twitter's here, my Instagram's here, and please like, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Production.